If Yabber doesn't get on, he's useless. I mean, granted, I am useless, but
So is he.
so is he. So it makes it better.
Except didn't he say he was like working on it or something?
Yeah, I was working on it, and then yeah.
You were working on freaking
And
junker of a
Yeah.
woman, so.
Yeah, no, I was chasing something that was not worth it.
Like, when she admits that you were out of her league, that's when you know it's not worth.
I mean, it was a fucking ego boost, but
I wouldn't even see that as an ego boost. I'd just see that as, like, confirmation that you knew what you were doing.
yeah, well, now I'm in the limbo of, what do I do?
Nothing.
Nothing. People that never date in high school are often the wisest and have the best relationships outside of high school,
Okay.
like after.
Well, Elijah's just apparently the exception then.
Yeah, no, he definitely 100% is. Because even like with like the people in our class, where it's like, wow, they're such a good couple. They'd never break up the next year.
Next week. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the only thing I'm like half scared about this whole fucking like incidents that have happened to me is that she's gonna come fucking crawling back after this guy rejects her. And what the fuck? That puts me in a bad situation because then I'll be painted as the bad guy.
I don't know if you'd be painted as the bad guy just because people know you.
Granted, yeah, my reputation's a lot better than hers.
Yeah.
Like a lot. I don't know. It was a whole shitty situation that we got jammed into.
She jammed you in it.
That's fair.
You're fine, dude.
Yeah, I know. Again, at least it wasn't like, I wasted a whole fucking year.
Yeah, you definitely could have wasted a lot more time.
A lot longer. I don't know. It was just awkward for me because she did practically treat me like I was her boyfriend for like 3 weeks and then just drop me.
Yeah. If you actually expected it to work by just acting like you were her boyfriend but not actually saying anything, then I don't know what she expected. When you're the person to initiate it and you don't actually like follow up with your feelings when you like feel the person out and actually see if it'd be worth your time, like just be fully transparent and say what you think, like when you get a chance, obviously. Yeah. That's the idea, because if you're putting them in a situation where they really don't know what your intentions are and you don't make that clear, then they're not gonna push it,
That's basically where I was.
9 times out of 10.
I was on the receiving end of all that, and I did not know what to do.
Yeah, exactly. She screwed you. It's like, if she actually made her intentions known, then you could have made a decision off of that.
Yeah.
But no, she just left you in the complete dark and expected you to figure it out yourself.
And the decision would have been very bad, so I'm happy that that's the way it went. I mean, I'm glad it's over.
Yeah, same here.
Because that was...
I hated hearing you talk about it all the time. It's just like, dang, this is horrible, and I wish I knew more so I could actually help. Because I was left out of a lot of it, which was pretty much my own doing. If she even had a morsel of a chance, she would never get it because, again, she didn't make her intentions clear.
At the time, I was like, I thought about it. I'll admit it, I did think about it, but...
Yeah, no, that's... any guy would.
I thought it was still the same since she was talking to you at the game.
Wow, Isaiah, a girl talks to
People
me.
talk?
Holy yeah,
no,
like exes
okay, but
talk
to
to
be
each other
fair,
at school.
Yeah, to be fair, in Isaiah's defense, people nowadays really like to antagonize exes. I really wish things weren't how they are. Dating in general is just such a flawed system. Like, it's new in the past 200 years, kind of new. It's such a flawed system. Because, think about it. It's like, why do you date someone? Oh, because you like them. What does that mean? You enjoy them more than other people, right? You're attracted by something. What do you date for? Dating is a flawed system. And we have to understand that. Because, obviously, dating's not going anywhere in our lifetimes. So, if you think about it, you date for a commitment, right? Like... Do you date to get married?
No.
Do you? Well, no. Okay. Well, then you're dating and are not dating to marry. Therefore, you're going to break up. And with how people treat exes now, you're basically going to abandon the person afterward and treat them as a nobody, as sort of an enemy. Then what was the point of it in the first place? You see what I mean? It's a flawed system. what I'd say is, especially at our age, we are so freaking young that there's really no point to it, and it's not really gonna affect us in the long run. Therefore, use dating in high school as a way to sort of test the waters and like figure out how people work, figure out yourself, what you're good at. And like if you win the lottery like my brother, then heck yeah, by all means marry that
My
girl.
shit
but-
never won the lottery. Silly
Yes, he did.
goose.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding
Silly
me? Let me
goose.
remind
Where's
you.
all his money then?
Isaiah, let me
Where's all
remind
his
you.
money?
Elijah started dating her in
Where's all
freshman
his
year
money if
and
he
is
won the
still dating her
lottery?
5 years later.
Where's his money if
He's
he
in
won the
college.
lottery? Where's his money if he won the lottery?
He is in freaking college and still dating the same girl he dated in
Seth,
the
where's his
first
money
freaking
though?
weeks of his
Yeah, where's his
freshman
money,
year.
Seth?
money?
Where's his money?
Okay, that's funny. That's funny.
I'm in hell now. Let's go.
But yeah, like
Right.
think back way like in Jesus time, like way back. You had arranged marriages instead of having to meet someone as a friend and like test the waters and figure out if what they like about you or if you like them or whatever. It was just given to you. Like you met the person and married them the same day. And like people think, oh, that'd be bad, right? But no, because you're gonna spend the rest of your life with that person. You're gonna get to know them over time, right? So
Yeah.
how dating works is like you try to get to know the person, right? Well, if you already know the person super well, what's gonna change when you get married? You know? So like marriage is basically just a title now.
Yeah.
So dating is also flawed in the fact that like it's not a commitment, but yet people like to think in their brain that it is. Because like in your brain, it's like when you're dating someone, you're essentially in the same mindset as if like you're gonna marry him, right? You commit a ton of time to them and you like get to know them and all this stuff. And if it's not gonna last and you're just gonna ditch the person anyway, then what is the point, right? And so
Yeah.
I hate how dating is the system that we've gone to as humanity, right?
It's pretty stupid.
Because like yeah, you can have a wonderful girlfriend, but if you're not dating to marry, right? Because it's way too early to be thinking about that in your life, then
I mean, my dad was married
what
at 18.
is the point?
But you know, it just threw me in the fucking shittiest spot.
Yeah, I hear you, man. You're one of my friends that doesn't open up to me as much.
Yeah.
So like maybe
I don't
this,
open up to many
this was,
people, though.
but yeah, like this was the situation that really knocked it out of you, and like I can definitely see why. Obviously, you're gonna develop feelings over time. It's just human nature, and I don't blame you.
Bad choice, though.
With like my experiences, I feel like I haven't really actually gotten to know anyone.
Yeah.
I've just been like sort of dragged, or like I drug myself really. Just never got close enough to be personal, and because I was really bad at socializing when I was in those. And again, super young.
I mean,
7th, 8th grade,
But like,
freshman year.
what counts as that? What counts as like a personal relationship?
Well, it depends. Like I have a personal relationship with you, with Cooper, with
Well, yeah,
bunch of other
your
friends.
brother.
right. Like
Yeah.
it's when you can like trust somebody and get personal with them, present your issues. That's personal.
You're really shitting my fucking. I hate this boss, man. Come on. But go
But
on.
again, going back, like Isaiah said, like what's a meaningful relationship? It gets so much harder when it's a girl,
You can do it.
and
I mean,
that kind of makes me mad too, because it's like you
it's
can't
plausible. But
you can't
it's
have
hard.
friends that are girls and get personal with them unless you're dating them, which
Well,
sucks.
unless you've known them for like your entire life. But
That's what it takes. It takes so much. Guys are in such a bad position. Like they seem to always get the short end of the stick. Like in high school especially, or maybe not especially.
Wow.
I guess high school is all I've known so far. So I
ow.
shouldn't say that. I shouldn't assume. But it's like guys, they bear the brunt of all of these hot topics and arguments, and they just take it.
That's
They
that's
just
just
take
by
it.
nature, though.
But girls will they'll speak about it. They'll find someone to talk to a lot better. But then it's the tendency of guys to just not
Not
want
open up
to be
about
seen
it.
as weak. Yeah. And I've definitely tried in my time to like open up, and I've noticed if I open up to people, then they open up to me. I can learn from other people's experiences and advice too. Because whoever needs to hear this, if you're a guy, open up. Like, if you're a guy that doesn't open up to people, find someone to open up to. Because it helps immensely. I've developed so much socially in the past couple of years, and it's because I've opened up to people and, like, actually learned some worthwhile stuff. I don't know really how I got better socially, but I know for a fact I did.
But yeah, no, that was, I don't know, a lot of fucking waste of time.
It's gonna take a lot of time, like, to actually figure out and learn from, like, fully from this. Like, again, I don't know super specific details about it still. But yeah, it took me until this year, over a year, to actually, like, fully learn from and comprehend what happened between me and just figure out what probably
I don't even know what happened there.
like. Yeah, I'll talk about it some other time. Yeah, but, like, to fully comprehend and learn from it, it took me until very recently. And it just goes to show, like, how if you're willing to learn from a mistake, you can learn a lot. You can't just ignore it. You can't just try to cringe about it and just try to forget it ever happened. It's yeah, that was slightly embarrassing. But yeah, if you're willing to learn from a mistake and from a situation, then you can learn a lot. But yeah, to the people watching, if you get in a relationship and, like, make mistakes and you just try to forget about the whole thing, it's not going to help you at all. You need to learn from it and take in information and, like, actually get better so that when next time rolls around, you do better. Because if you're so caught up on one person, especially in early life, you're not going to get anywhere. Because people get the idea that if you're going to date somebody, they treat it almost as a marriage, as a commitment. If it doesn't work, then it's like,
I mean, I guess
it should not be a big deal, because you should not see a girlfriend as anything more than a friend, right? Because you're not gonna know if it's the one for years. Like, even the wives didn't know she was the one until years.
You haven't said anything about how I'm just constantly spamming bosses, but
yeah, I don't really care. It's based, honestly. Yeah, but again, if you're gonna date in high school, you gotta learn from it, and you gotta go from the mindset of, I am very, very likely not going to marry this person, right? Because if you're going for, like, dating to marry in high school, it's just, you're gonna get bitten really hard.
Yeah, but I need clarification from, like, 10 people that it was not worth my time.
I don't think you needed clarification. You knew what you were doing. It's just, yeah, in your
guidance.
brain, you definitely needed, like, someone to tell you. I've definitely had moments like that too, where it's like, I doubt and I doubt and I doubt. You just need somebody to snap you out of it.
And that someone
if you don't have somebody to snap you out of it, you can hurt yourself so bad. I've seen it. Even for me now, like, I've had to have people snap me out of it. But yeah, seriously, it all goes back to the fact that, like, in my brain, that for a lot of people, dating is just not worth it. Once you actually realize what it is and how it's so flawed, it seems like, why would you ever get into it? And yet, if you don't get into it now, how are you going to get into it when you're, like, 20 or 30?
Yeah.
Then it's too late, right? So I'm just wondering, like, when is the best time to actually date? Because in high school, it's super normal. You could definitely, like, get comfortable with it in high school. But then what happens when you actually make the call to try something meaningful? And I feel like God's just going to figure it out for you. Like, he's got a plan, obviously.
Oh.
A little close.
Oh, God. Oh, no. I need to get bleed damage on him.
I think you need to get damage in general on him, bro.